Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp as we head into another night of prop betting action here for the Western Conference Finals. It's time for me to release my prop betting picks for the evening here, and after going 2-1 last night, made a little money on Jeff Teague's nice night and Dennis Schroeder's fall from grace. We'll see if we can do the same thing here tonight with 3 picks for the Western Conference Finals. And we'll start it off with Dwight Howard, who has an over-under for points and rebounds tonight at 32. It's how we started out our prop picks 2 nights ago. Got burned because most of the Rockets did not show up. However, Howard was on pace for a pretty solid game. Into the game with 14 and 14, was on pace for about 17 and 17 in that game, which would have easily cashed the over here for that prop. However, sportsbooks saw this, got wind of our play, and now have jumped the juice up all the way to minus 130 in this one for the over. However, still think it's a pretty good value here tonight because if the Rockets do stay in this game, because it's an elimination game, I figure they should be in it till the end. Dwight Howard will probably have a pretty good game as long as his knee can hold up. He played 40 minutes a couple games ago. He would have played more if the Rockets weren't getting blown out of game number 3. So I'm going to go with over here at 32 minus 130. Draymond Green comes in as our next prop betting pick tonight. He has an over-under of 28.5 for points, rebounds, and assists this evening. So Howard at 32.5 for just points and rebounds. Draymond Green coming at 28.5 for points, rebounds, and assists. With how his Western Conference Finals have been going, I think that's an absolute no-brainer for the over. However, once again, the chalk pretty high on that one at minus 135. Still a pretty good value, though, tonight, I think, for Draymond. Because outside of, I believe, game number 4 against New Orleans, I think he had the best game of his playoffs so far in game number 3 of this series. He had 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. So 28.5 tonight for the big 3 stats, I think should be no problem for Draymond Green. I'm going to go over at minus 135. Next one I have for you has a lot better odds to it, as Harrison Barnes has an over-under for points tonight at 11.5. He necessarily hasn't really been shooting the ball very good lately. Only 3 for 17 for 7 points in his last 2 games. He went scoreless in game number 2, but he really hasn't been called on to do a whole lot on the offensive end of the floor here in this series so far. He was really important to them offensively in the second round against Memphis, where Memphis was really clamping down a lot of more important guys, and they needed him to step up and be that double-digit scorer. I think he scored in double digits almost every game of that series, but this series so far really hasn't found the shot, and over the last 2 series, even against Memphis, he really hasn't been shooting the three-pointer that well either. I believe only around 26%. I think a reason for this, though, however, is because the Warriors, like I said, really haven't needed him on offense, but have really needed him on defense. And it's shown if you look at some of their advanced analytics here. The opponents for Golden State's effective field goal percentage jumps by about 4 points when Barnes is off the floor, and their defensive rating for Golden State goes from 97.6 to 105.4 when Barnes is off the court. So I think that because he's expending so much on the defensive end, it's probably limiting his offense just a little bit. And they're going to still need him to play some solid defense here tonight against the Wings from Golden State, and probably even take a couple turns on James Harden, as he has been doing here recently. So I'm going to go with under 11.5 points tonight at minus 115. Those are your NBA prop betting picks. Best of luck to you on all 3 of those, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.